Hi everyone, Kashia here from Politely Rebellious. We really enjoyed recording series 1 and I wanted to just say hi and welcome to series 2 of the Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey video podcast. We have if it's even possible to say, we have another incredible lineup of individuals who are coming on to cement our stories in history, letting us in on their politely rebellious journeys that they've had throughout their lives and careers. As I mentioned on series 1, one of the really important things that we want to generate here is inspiration, inspiring others as to what you can achieve when you put your mind to it and you punch your way past the obstacles that can often be set out before us. So please enjoy series 2 as you have done series 1. Please remember to like, subscribe and share. Without that happening, we can't be here. So, like, subscribe and share. Enjoy the series.
By the book, and I remember being 8 years old, Kashia, and I'll never forget it. I was on the balcony in Stella Road, and I remember thinking, if I ever find this book, I'm going to make their dream come true. I want to do it for them.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I'm so going to do it for them. So kind of like, I'm a girl that likes to do impact. I like to see what the meaning, what the purpose, and what's the impact I'm giving to someone. So then what's the impact of the road from Karachi? It's bringing in new flavours, it's getting the Pompey community to make special dishes on their menus, to get a water pump. So it's local impact, it's global impact. I'm literally a girl of impact.
Yeah.
So I am very from doing this, I'm really internally so fulfilled.
Yeah.
And if I've got to the point where when people say to me, why not married? I'm like, well, actually, I'm so fulfilled, I'm not even bothered.
Yeah, there's so much more.
There's so much more to that.
Yeah. Hi everyone and welcome to Being Politely Rebellious in Pompey podcast. We're so happy to be here today with the wonderful, marvellous and absolute Pompey girl through and through, that is Nadia Arab. She is founder of the Road from Karachi, which we are going to talk to you more about moving forwards. She's also an educator, an instructor, and an all-round freaking sweetheart. So you're in for an absolute treat. How are you doing, darling? All right?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us today.
That's all right.
I really appreciate it. Love your earrings.
Oh, thank
They're
you.
so pretty.
Yeah,
I love that I wrote sweetheart. Like when I was writing up in preparation for today, I was just like, she's just, the word that comes to mind, she's just such a sweetheart. And then you've come with red love heart earrings.
Oh, thank you.
Perfect, so apt. So yeah, so Pompey girl, born and bred.
Literally.
Yes. Tell us, where did it all begin?
So born and bred Buckland.
Yeah.
And had the experience of living, in the hood, as they say.
In the hood, down in the Bronx.
In the ghetto.
Yeah.
What people used to say to me.
Did you go to Charles Dickens then to start with?
No, I went to Buckland First School.
Oh yeah, the one a bit further.
And then Buckland, middle school, which is now Flying Ball.
Yeah.
And it was definitely an experience.
Yeah.
I learnt a lot of things about the street. But to be fair, it shaped me into who I am, and I'm really thankful to where I've grown up. Yeah, because
it's made you strong.
It's made me strong, and it's made me very grounded, and it's made me understand and value things.
Probably really streetwise as well, right?
Oh, definitely.
And then I know, obviously, I've known you since I was a wee small girl.
Literally.
And I was very good friends with your sister when we were in middle school.
Yeah.
And obviously we did go to secondary school together as well. Hi, and I know she's obviously married with children now and living her best life, right?
Yeah.
So I met you guys because we all lived in Somerstown.
Yes.
So I was on Waterloo Street and you were on Somers Road.
Yeah.
So when did you make that transition from Buckland to Somerstown?
So I was 11 when we came to Somerstown. I was 11.
Wow.
And I remember thinking and saying to my parents, I don't want to go there. I love Buckland. I don't want to leave. And I remember Kashia holding onto the railings in the Stella Road, crying my eyes out, going, I don't want to leave Stella Road. This is my home.
Stella Road, isn't that the one, the colourful blocks?
Yeah,
like as you drive into
that's
Pompey.
it.
Whenever we used to go to London when I was a child, I would always know that we were back in Pompey because of those blocks. I'm surprised that's still there, to be honest. Right? Still very strong.
Yeah.
It's interesting. They've not even painted it or anything, have they?
It's still the
same colours.
Yes.
Add some pastel paints onto their Portsmouth City Council. Come on, do us proud.
That would be good.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? It's like reds and browns and
literally.
Friendly colours. But anyway, back to so transitioned. So you didn't want to leave Buckland.
No, loved Buckland so much. Absolutely adored Buckland. And then Mum and Dad moved because we needed to get out of the flats because it was too small.
Okay.
Of which then they were running their cookery school when we were up there.
Right.
And so we came to Somers Road.
Yes.
And to be fair, I actually love it now. Somers Road, I love the vibe. I love the people. I just love everything about it. Yeah.
It's the and it's so different now, isn't it, to what it was like when we grew up. It's so much more diverse, and there's so much more like culture, and obviously you've got the bad things, but with all the bad comes the good, right?
Absolutely, yes.
So your mum and dad, so they were running a cookery school, and was that in relation to, so if you didn't know, Nadia's mama actually had a cookery book. Many moons ago, Indian Cookery Made Easy, and this is where the road from Karachi began. So you came across this book. Tell us the story.
I did, yeah. So Mum and Dad, they came on a honeymoon to Portsmouth, then moved to Buckland. And Mum decided to run a cookery school. She said to me, at the point, she thought nobody would turn up.
Yeah.
Back in the day, so they put this little advert in the paper, as did back in the day. Cute. And then Mum and Dad said to me when they got to the youth activity centre, there were 70 people all queued up to come to their cookery school.
Wow. And what era are we talking about? Are we talking the 70s, the 80s?
80s.
Wow.
Yeah, so the 1980s. They then so brave of them, considering they couldn't really speak the language as much then, and a whole new culture, a whole new area. So brave. And I said to Mum, you're such a powerful woman because you did that. You went out and you did that. Yeah. So they then ran the cookery school. Yeah. And then what happened was they wrote the book. So they decided to write a book for all the recipes. Wow. And it was so popular, Mum said to me. In fact, in the book, there's a picture of Mum.
That's so cool.
In her cookery school on the front page there.
Oh, so cute. It's really delicate, isn't it?
Yeah, they signed it. Yeah.
It's
definitely been
used.
Like
I feel like I shouldn't be touching it. I'm scared I'm going to break it.
It already has been broken, so I put sellotape all over it and stuff.
So your mum and dad came here having spent, copyright, July 1987. That's when I was born.
Yeah.
So they came having had that honeymoon in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
So where were they before that?
They were up here north somewhere, Dad said.
Yeah.
He's up
and
north.
They fell in love with like being by the sea and stuff. Oh.
Yeah, yes. And then they had us, and then we were born in Portsmouth. So that's them in the paper, by the way. They made it into the paper.
January 15th, 1987. Oh my goodness. I have to show you this. That is so freaking cool. Look. That is amazing. You're literally like rewriting history, basically.
Literally.
So you came across this. How did you come across this in the first place? Did your mum get it out, or were you like going through things at the house and you came across it? How did that happen?
So what happened was when Mum was doing the cookery school, she wrote the book, went out to market, but then she lost her own copy. She actually completely lost it. And I remember Mum like finding pages of the book. And she would have a little box and she would find the page, but she couldn't find the book. And I remember being 8 years old, Kashia, and I'll never forget it. I was on the balcony in Stella Road, and I remember thinking, if I ever find this book, I'm going to make their dream come true. I'm going to do it for them.
Oh my God, that's insane.
I'm so going to do it for them.
It's like that vision and...
Yeah, 8 years old. Wow. I just remember it. And I looked at my parents, I was like, God, they've had such a challenging life, and they've had so much go for them, so difficult times, that I want to do something for them. So over the years, I'll be asking people, did you go to my mum and dad's cookery school? Wow. They'd be like, no, not that one. So just, there was nothing.
Yeah.
And then one day I was at work, and then this lady said to me, I think my mum or my dad went to your mum and dad's cookery school. Let me check, Nadia. So the following day, she then rocked up with that book.
No way.
Yeah.
That is incredible. So your mum was heartbroken because she didn't have her own copy anymore.
No, she lost it.
And then many years later, through the power of Pompey and speaking to people, that's insane. And so the minute you looked at that in real life, did everything start coming together in your mind?
Yeah.
For the road from Karachi.
Wow, this is it. So when I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, I found the book. It is them because they've signed it.
Wow.
Took it back to mum and dad, and my dad in particular, he said to me, it's come to you. It's your journey. It could have gone to Shaz, it could have gone to Adnan, but it's come to you.
That 8-year-old little girl
that
had made a promise.
That made a promise to the universe. It came back, it came to me. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to do this. And even if I sell no copies, I've made you smile. And that to me is $1 million, £1 million. Dollars,
US.
whatever.
Yeah. Same thing,
So I thought to myself, right, that's it, I'm doing the challenge.
Wow.
So no one tells you how to publish a book.
No
one teaches
comes
you.
This beauty.
Yeah, of which my heart and soul, and a lot of sacrifice, because a lot of sacrifice, a lot of love, a lot of patience, a lot of creativity.
Because everything's your own, isn't it? The words, the pictures,
everything.
Obviously the recipes, the family recipes.
Yeah, the QR codes, there's videos in there.
Yeah. It's just insane, isn't it? Absolutely insane. What was it like then having a project that you could do with your mum and with your parents, that you could all come together, and that must just memories that you're never ever going to forget, right?
Never, no. And it's been the most valuable experience of my life, because I've spent quality time with mum, and dad's, he understands and appreciates what I've done, and it's definitely been the best thing, because I've spent all that time with mum and I've learnt the tricks and the tips and everything that she does, and I'm like, wow, this is like freaking amazing. I've learned some really epic stuff here.
That's incredible.
So then I took on the challenge, and as you know, I work full time, so I'm in amongst working full time and then part time. So after teaching a class, I would go home and I would start writing. Now what I did was I started writing the original book from literally just copying it. And a year into it, I realised I'd done it wrong, because the metrics, imperial, the measurements,
they were the old school.
Oh. So I then was at work one day and I saw a graphics designer, and I said to him, Paul, do you fancy doing this with me? Because I've spent a year on it. I would like to work with someone now, and So I said to him, it will take a year to do, mate. It will just take a year to do. And he went, yeah, I'm with you, Nads. It took 4.5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it took 4.5 years of our time.
So before we got to see it as outsiders, you'd been stewing on it and working on it for that long before. That's incredible.
Yeah.
What took so long? Was it because you wanted to get it perfect? Was it just because of juggling everything?
It was juggling everything, and also mum has cooked every single dish in that book. So it was getting my mum in her 70s to cook the dishes, to take the photos. That took hours, because the steam coming off the food, lighting, it was so much. And then I interviewed my parents, so I got quotations from them as well. Designing it, creating it, editing it, proofreading it. There were problems with the software, late night meetings with both the graphic designer and the proofreader. Late into the night, we were working really hard.
I mean, it is a work of art, isn't it? Like, it obviously from a catering, hospitality perspective, the food and the recipes, phenomenal, but visually it's a piece of art as well. You know? You can really tell a lot of love's gone into it.
Literally.
Exactly, precisely.
The
where did the idea stem from to then turn it into a bit of a social enterprise, where you're then providing fresh water for various places in Asia, right? Where did that idea, and at what point in the journey were you like, right, this is what we're going to do?
So what happened was, when we finished the book, I was like, right, I'm done, mum. Here it goes. Here you are. Here's a gift. I've done it.
If it sells, it sells.
I'm done now, because this is such a knackering project. So then my graphics designer, he said to me, Nadia, you need to get yourself an ISBN. So I said, oh, shall I, shan't I? So that was on the Friday. So I went online, bought myself an ISBN, not knowing what I'm doing, by the way.
Is that like the little
the
barcode
at the
back?
Yeah.
If you were wondering
what's
ISBN,
that,
that's what that is.
Yeah.
Right.
And so the guy that I bought it off said, can you please upload the title and upload a cover and a synopsis of your book? So I did, and I didn't put much because and then literally on the Monday I got an email and he said, Waterstones have taken it, congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, are you joking? He's like, Nadia, this is massive for you because you're now online on Waterstones.
Wow.
So you should be really proud of yourself because they don't take books, especially as a self-published author. They don't take it. But clearly they can see something in this.
It's unique, isn't it? I mean, the name in itself is unique, let alone everything else that's intertwined into it.
Absolutely. So the name, by the way, so the name has actually got my parents' name in it. So R for Riaz, K for Cleda, who are from Karachi. So dad was born in India and then he moved to Karachi and then met mum. And this is where the social enterprise thing comes in because the blue signifies Pompey and it signifies water.
Oh wow.
And the
It's
price,
really poetic.
Everything's linked. And where they published their original book in 1987, the price is £19.87. To represent my family, my love for them and what I've done. That's
blown me away because I didn't know that information before right now. That's so adorable.
Yes, that's what I did. So everything I looked at, I thought, what's the meaning? What's the purpose? Let's look at the colours. Let's look at the link to Pompey. Let's look at the link to... And it's quite interesting because the water pumps is a story in itself. So what happened was, I was at home and I saw somebody with a hose pipe outside my window. And I felt quite agitated by this person with it wasting the water. So I then noticed myself putting cups underneath dripping taps at home and putting that water into plants. Just naturally just doing it. And I thought, come on, universe, what are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me here? Because when I have a feeling, I will follow it. So that evening, I went online and I bought myself a water pump to make me feel better. Because I'm saving water. So then from that, it's quite interesting. So then I launched on Instagram, got a message from Noshbox in Portsmouth. And they said, love what you're doing, can we work with you?
Isn't that where you made a burger? I remember that,
So I said to them, if you want to work with me, I want you to create something that will go to a water pump. So then we created the Karachi Nosh burger, which then went out to a water pump in Sri Lanka. And then other cafes, so Bumblebee Cafe and Rollers Castle saw what I was doing. They have done exactly the same. They've raised 5 water pumps. And then that's it. Literally, that's what's happened. So it's just
been this like domino effect.
Where you
just listened and then almost just allowed the universe to do what it already had set out in stone anyway.
Literally,
but through you. That's insane, isn't it?
I just followed it. I'm like, I'm going to have to just listen to what you're telling me and just go and do it.
So how many water pumps have been set up now?
85.
Nadia, that's incredible. And that's not even a long period of time in the grand scheme of things, is it?
No, it's not.
It's like 2 years, is it 3 years?
About 1.5 years I started it.
That's insane.
85.
Have you ever visited any places where these water pumps, or is that a goal as well?
I want to.
Do like a tour?
I just had Pembroke Park School visit my Kenya ones. So they've all gone out there and taken pictures by the pumps.
Oh my God.
And that's another story in itself. So the book is on the curriculum at Pembroke Park. So I've got year 7s, 8, 11s and 12s, 11s. They are all cooking from it as well on the curriculum.
And what an absolute inspiration for the next generation, but then also how needed is that? In like the food tech, like make a salad, boil an egg. Let's make quiche. Okay. It definitely needed a little bit of a something.
Needed spicing.
Needed something.
Needed a flavour.
Even a bit of paprika would have done probably.
Absolutely.
And not on prawns. But that's amazing. Well done you. And is that through the connections? Because again, something that I've just always adored about you is how you have gone into what are very much so male dominated sectors and just been like, I'm here and I'm going to do my thing.
Absolutely. I'm like that.
So for those that don't know, Nadia is also a qualified IT lecturer, teaching the minds of tomorrow within the IT sector. Absolutely phenomenal. And for somebody myself who recruits in that arena, finding women who teach IT is quite a hard task, to be fair. So the fact that we've had this incredible human right here in Pompey doing that throughout our whole career, we should bloody thank our lucky stars. And then on top of that, you've been an instructor in the fitness industry for like forever as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
What I find interesting with this, and I hope that I'm not gonna kind of like go down a wrong path here, but obviously growing up and coming to your house as a little girl and knowing your mum and dad and your brother and your sister and yourself, and knowing, you know, that there is that heritage, there are those traditions within, you know, your culture, whereas you seem to have gone like against the grain. So you've kind of gone into like male dominated industries, and then also like you're not married with children, like living as a housewife in a kitchen. Was that something that was like planned out?
No.
Is it, it's not where you've gone, yes, I'm going to be, you know, the one that doesn't do that?
No. I think it's kind of like, I'm a girl that likes to do impact. I like to see what the meaning, what the purpose, and what's the impact I'm giving to someone. So for instance, when I'm doing an aqua class, when I'm teaching aqua aerobics, I think to myself, what's the impact of those ladies? They've got new friendship groups, they go on a holiday together.
Oh, wow.
They have gone and done something awesome as a group. They are shining, in my eyes, as an instructor, they're shining. When I teach the boys IT, breaking a PC, what's the impact? They're learning. They can see a girl that can do it. You know, I'm breaking the stereotype. I want to make an impact. And then what's the impact of the road from Karachi? It's bringing in new flavours. It's getting the Pompey community to make special dishes on their menus, to get a water pump. So it's local impact, it's global impact. I'm literally a girl of impact. So that's probably why, and I'm very different. You are right, I've kind of like resisted the whole tradition thing, because there's something in me, Kajia, that's telling me, whether it's a greater being,
it's not your part.
It's not, no. This is what I'm meant to be doing at the moment in my life, and this is where it's led me to.
Do you ever get fed up with being asked? Or have your family and friends and associates, have they stopped asking? Like, when are you getting married? When are you having babies? It's like when after I had my first, when are you having your second? I'm not, and I haven't, and I won't be. You know, that's my choice. I wanted one, that's it. Like, do you still get asked? Does it bug the crap out of you? Or like, how are you on that journey?
I find it quite interesting because people like to know about private things, and I always say it's private. I'm going to keep it private. Whatever my love life is, or whatever's going on, it's private. But I guess it doesn't get to me now. No, I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just private. And that's it.
When you look at what you've achieved, and you shouldn't be I guess judged based on whether you've got married and had children, right? You're in a new era and a new generation of women who are being judged on what we've achieved in our careers, and you know what education we've had. You know, it's just the list is endless, right?
You're right, absolutely, and I guess like people say to me, because you're a change maker, Nadia. You actually go and you just like, you know, you're out there. I do me, absolutely. And I think also it's my upbringing as well, where, you know, I've been told at 21 you're going to get married, then at 25 you're going to have kids, and then at 30 you do it. So kind of like as a child I've been like given this like there's the structure of your life, and in my head as a child, 8 years old or 9 years old, I'm thinking, how no?
You already knew.
I already knew at that point.
That isn't how I'm going to roll.
No. And I'm like, no, I'm going to go and do so. And I think the driver is my parents, because I saw how difficult their life was, or is. Such a difficult life they've had. And I thought, you know, I'm going to do anything to help them. And I'm going to do whatever it takes. And if it means not getting married, not whatever, for them, because they have done such a sacrifice coming to a different country.
You want to dedicate yourself to them, sort of thing.
I want to go and do something for them, and then it's kind of led to a greater thing because it's gone globally now.
That's insane, isn't it? It's absolutely incredible. And I'm so glad that little girl Nadia, 8 years old, on the balcony, made a promise to the universe. But also that, you know, you have, I know you say, you know, people call you a change maker, and I've got to say, like, as someone, you know, I know there's not a massive age difference between us, but there's always been that age difference. When I was a little girl, you were a teenager, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so over the years, I've always, you know, like, looked up to you as that change maker, as somebody who's, you know, going out there, being independent, and, you know, like, I am from, you know, my dad's Muslim, and most of our family have married into their own cultures and that kind of thing, and I was the one that married a white ginger dude from Pompey, you know, so, and I didn't want to do that until I was ready. I wanted to do it with somebody when I was ready to be settled down, and it was going to be with who I wanted it to be with, not with who society kind of thought that it should be with, you know? Which is super important, and more for it, really. Listen to Nadia, follow your heart.
Literally, because I am very, like, from doing this, I'm really internally so fulfilled. And, you know, if I've got to the point where when people say to me, why not married? I'm like, well, actually, I'm so fulfilled, I'm not even bothered.
Yeah, there's so much more.
There's so much more to that. Yeah,
100%. I mean, it's the same with having more children. When people ask, and I'm like, there's more to life than breeding.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't need to be having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. I mean, fair play to those who want to. If that's your goal, that's your dream, do it. But that doesn't mean that I need to be doing that, you know. So no, that's good. The IT and the fitness, were those conscious decisions, or did they happen by accident?
Oh gosh, so what happened was I went to university to my first degree in sociology. Got a 2-1. God knows how I got a 2-1. I was out socialising way too much during doing that degree. And then in the last year, I realised that I wanted to work in IT because I had done a unit called IT and Society.
Oh wow! So you've been inspired by a particular element.
Right in the third year. And I remember saying to my dad, I was like, "Oh my God, I think I've made a mistake. I should have done IT like my brother." And he said to me, "Try and get onto a course to do IT." And I thought, what's the next step? A master's degree. So I approached the IT department and said, I'm really willing to do a master's in IT, and they declined me.
Wow. What, because you didn't have the background? Right, okay.
So me being me, working in Waitrose, Southsea, found out who the head of IT was.
Brilliant.
And kind of like gave a bit
hunted them down.
Hunted them down. Gave a bit of free parking. And
down on Marmion Road.
And then I said to him, I never forget this, because I was in the kiosk doing the barrier. And I went, oh, can I have a chat with you about something? Get a meeting with me, please. So I got a meeting, and I went, look, I really want to do this. I'll do anything to just do this course. And he went, okay, we'll put you on.
Aww.
So I then spent 2 years doing my master's in information systems.
Wow.
Got my master's, and then worked in IT. Of which I didn't like, because you were seated all day. Couldn't handle it.
Got too much energy.
Got way too much energy. They were making me run up and down the stairs because you're full of energy. You're like, there's something wrong with you. That's okay. There's something about you, Nadia. I'm like, oh no, I just got this, like, there's something. just run up the stairs like 10 Shazzy will call me. What are you doing? I'm like, just running up the stairs like normal. She went, oh, normal. I'm like, yeah.
What was that, like IT support type stuff?
Yeah, it was IT support marketing as well, and I didn't like it. So then what happened was I did my PGCE in teaching.
Okay.
And me being me, I had 4 days at university being a teacher, teacher training. And then on the Friday, I went to Highbury College and did my fitness qual. So
just for fun.
Just for fun.
Just you know.
Just, you know, And I remember my mum saying to me, are you crazy? Because what's going to happen is the university are going to ask for all the coursework, and then they're going to ask for all the work. How are you going to cope? And I was like, Mum, I'll be fine. And then I didn't. It was absolutely one of the most challenging things I've done in my life.
All at the same time.
All at the same time, yeah.
And then have you always then taught both? Did you all teach both? Taught both? God,
yeah, I did. Yeah.
I've got a degree in English. It's terrible, isn't it? So you've always taught both subjects.
Yeah, so basically then what happened was I then got placed on my placement at university. I got placed at South Downs as my placement year.
Oh my goodness, and you just never left?
And then literally, this is really interesting, right? Because what happened was I was a gym member at the place in Commercial Road at the same time as being in university and teacher training. And the instructor said it's quite interesting. Have you ever thought about being an instructor, Nadia? And I went, hell no. That's the last thing. I'm too shy. I can't do that.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I think you should actually think about it, Nadia. Really think about it.
Wow.
And then what happened was I was in Ibiza.
Yeah.
I went on holiday to Spain.
Yeah.
And long and behold, I'm sitting in this bar and Dave walks past in Spain, in Ibiza.
The guy who had asked you
to be an instructor. Yeah, and I was like, Dave, I screamed his name at me. My mates were like, you nuts, how can a Dave be in Spain? I'm like, no, it's him. And it was.
Yeah.
So we ended up spending the whole holiday together.
Wowza.
And he was working at Roco at the time. He switched for the place at Roco and he said, Nadia, do you want a job? Because you got your qual now. And I went, yeah, I do. So I went in and got the job at Roco.
Wow.
And then on the same day, which is unbelievable, I got the job at South Downs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then you've only recently left Roco, haven't you? That's quite new, isn't it?
So Roco switched to Pompey Fitness.
That's it.
Of which I'm still with.
Yeah.
I'm still with them.
Yeah. So it's not that you've left, it's just changed names.
It's changed names and then I just dropped a few classes. But yeah, I'm still there and I absolutely love it.
Aww. So you're teaching up at South Downs, IT, you're teaching classes, and also a woman on a mission to fit water pumps all around the world.
Install water pumps through creating special for people in Pompey.
That's incredible. But then actually, let's break that down a little bit because it does go a bit further. So you lot with your excuses, listen up. So the road from Karachi is not just a book that you can buy for £19.87 from Waterstones. You are now putting together your own cookery classes, your own events, in conjunction with lots of other people. So tell us about this. Where does this then come in?
Do you know what?
When are you sleeping, woman?
Oh, don't worry. According to this, I get 8 to 9 hours.
Oh, really?
Absolutely fine. You can
well
even check. You
done.
can check this. Yeah, they go 852.
8 hours and 52. There you go.
I'll get my sleep. I'll get
Well
my
done.
sleep. It's all good.
Good.
I think, well, it's quite interesting, isn't it? I always believe that if things come to you easy, it's meant to be.
Right.
So, what happened was, my friend said to me, Nadia, I know a certain person that's taken over at a local pub.
Right.
I would like to introduce you to him. So I got introduced to Chris. Within 10 minutes, Chris was like, I want to work with you.
Aww.
That was it, within 10
How
minutes.
Which pub is this?
This is with the Shepherd's Crook.
Okay.
The Shepherd's Crook, the Dolphin, and the Drift, and the Jolly Farmer now.
Wow.
So I work with all 4 pubs. Yeah. And so then they started doing curry nights at the Shepherd's Crook, which I will say to you, I was a little bit like, I'm not sure because it's very, very, that's proper Pompey. But then I thought, hold on, Nadia, you are Pompey.
Yeah, say it as you see it.
So come on, let's just do it. Let's
Throw
just
yourself in there.
be brave and just go in there and do it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I've done it because you know they're a really lovely bunch. And then all of a sudden, Kajia, I've got a message from the Dolphin. Oh, here you go, Nadia. We're doing comedy nights with you. And I'm like, are you? I'm like, yeah, it's all sorted. All you got to do is rock up.
So this is where, so there's food available.
Yeah, so then
And
I have my own menu, the Crow from Karachi menus.
Right.
In the Dolphin, and then you know Perry Riley.
Yeah.
So me and Perry work together.
Yeah, amazing.
And he's got his comedy people. He's with me. He does the comedy for me, for us, and then we get a water pump out.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane. Oh my god, we need to get a picture of me, you and Perry.
We
That
do.
is like that little triangle of Somerstown.
Literally.
From the 80s and 90s, just in a photo, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because he lived like behind you, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Behind Summers Road, and then I lived then behind Tipton Park. Like,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Oh, Pompey is so small. And so is that a once a month thing?
Yeah, it's once a month.
Once a month.
Yeah, once a month at the Shepherd's Crook and once a month at the Dolphin. We are going to be having events at Jolly Farmer.
Yeah.
And soon to be Drift, which is going to be a couple of things happening there at the moment as well. Yeah.
And are these like cookery classes, or is this where you just come and you enjoy food from the Karachi menu?
Yeah, so basically at the Dolphin, the Crook and all these pubs, you can enjoy the food.
Yeah.
There's some specials on menus that donate out to clean water as well. So for instance, everything that we make at the comedy night, the water pumps go into the name of the Dolphin.
Oh wow.
So anyone I'm working with will go into your name. So say for instance, me right now, I don't want to get a water pump, it will go into your name.
Oh, wow.
That Politely Rebellious will go
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
So I've got places like Southsea Library that are getting water pumps out in their name.
Wowza.
I've got the Queen's Hotel.
So it's like sponsoring, basically. It's kind of like a sponsorship promotion type thing.
That's it.
Where it's
Yeah.
giving back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep that in mind, people. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Where would people need to reach out if they were interested in doing that?
Come to my website, theroadfromkarachi.com, message me, speaker. I do a lot of speaking events now, talking about my story, talking about where I've come from,
So you should.
how it's all started.
Yeah.
But the cookery schools, that's another story in itself. So I have a vision board. So when I was writing The Road from Karachi, a massive vision board of where I wanted to lead, and I printed out a kitchen, and I really wanted this kitchen for Mum. I was like, do you know what, if I ever find this kitchen, this is it. Trekked around Portsmouth looking for a kitchen. Couldn't find anywhere cashier, and I was nearly giving up. I thought, I can't find anything. And all of a sudden, I walked into the Southsea Deli, and there it was, the vision board.
Wow.
And I remember saying to Daniel, I really want to work. I really want to do my mum's cookery class, cookery class. So he looked at it and he said to me, I will trial you because many people want to teach here. That's really popular.
Okay, because it's such a good setting.
Such a good setting, yeah. So me and Mum taught all of the staff members at the deli. They then reported back to Dan and we passed. And now we cook there once a month.
Wow.
So I've got Mum's dream in a full circle.
That's insane. And so it's people can sign up to attend the cookery classes?
Yeah. Yes.
Via the website again?
So the website or southcoastcookery.com.
Wow.
We are fully packed till October.
Wow.
I've got waiting lists.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Do you have like an end goal, or like, not an end goal, but maybe like a dream of where you could be doing the Road from Karachi like full time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love that. I would love to have maybe a building one day that has Road from Karachi or something
like
a bit more.
Oh, that gave me goosies.
Yeah, something like that, and get the communities in, get people cooking with me, doing nutrition with me.
Yeah. Because I could see that being a social enterprise, or like a KIC, like a community interest company.
Yeah.
Where you're able to pay yourself a wage, but it's not about becoming a millionaire. It's about giving back to the community as well as running a business.
Absolutely, yeah. So I have got that. So the Road from Karachi is a CIC. I've got a CIC element.
Perfect.
And then I've got my self-employed as well.
Status as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, isn't it?
So that's where it's all come from.
Yeah.
And then now we've just released our ummi mix. We've got a spice mix that has just come out.
Yeah.
So
but that keeps selling out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'm like, blimey, it's gone again. I'm having to make them. Yeah.
So the production of that is all done yourself?
And a team in London.
Okay.
So I partnered with a company called My Spice Tin.
Okay.
And they
blend
it.
Keep the secret recipe under wraps.
That's it. Yeah. So they've got all of the. They blend it all, send it to me, then we both package it up. He sells it in London, I sell it here.
Yeah.
And then our first batch is going out to a water pump.
Okay.
Yeah, we're making nothing of it. It's literally going out to a water pump.
Just straight from one to the other.
Yeah.
Makes sense. We've spoken about so much of what you've done that is politely rebellious, where you're doing things that might go against the grain, where you're in male-dominated industries, you're running a whole business alongside a whole full-time job.
Literally.
So much of what you do.
It's so intense, but when you've got passion, Kajia, when you've got love, absolutely, when you've got love and when you've got passion, you just think to yourself, do you know what? This is freaking amazing. And every day I do my gratitudes and I'm literally on cloud happiness because of what's happening.
Good.
And there are times when I'm teaching. Teaching is not an easy job.
No.
It's very, very demanding, the marking.
Especially in IT, because it changes so often, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I'm having to upskill and I teach computer hardware. So it's all about graphics cards, GPUs, motherboards, I'm into, so I'm trying to, do all of that stuff. But I think the long-term plan is to drop down teaching and then run the Road from Karachi and just see where it goes now and just see.
And I think it's one of those things that people are scared of doing, dropping the security and the blanket and just even the routine, of what you do.
Yeah.
But I always say to people, the energy and the time that you put into that full-time job, imagine where the road from Karachi would be if you took even half of that time and energy and put that into that.
Yeah,
like
you're absolutely right. It's mind blowing, and that's where I want to be. So next year, that's where I want to be. I want to be dropping it, go down, and start really focusing on, because I didn't really realise that the road from Karachi would go this way. I wrote it for Mum.
Yeah.
To me, I've done it for Mum. I didn't realise it was going to go like
a
comedy
big
night
plan kind of thing.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it was going to go like all these different avenues.
But that's what makes it so beautiful. That's what makes it so poetic and so just gives you goosies. I keep getting goosies. This is the first episode I've done where I keep getting goosies. I think there's something about your aura and just the way you look at life, you know, and just the way you talk about the universe and how basically everything happens for a reason, right? Things will happen when they're meant to happen.
Yeah, it's taken me quite a while to get to this mindset.
Yeah.
I think COVID played a big part of it, and COVID was a time of my life where a lot of changes happened.
Oh God, I guess you were forced to sit down, right? You probably had to teach from home, if at all. No fitness classes.
No, and it really taught me, because who my friends were.
Yeah.
And a lot of things happened during that period, and I felt like I had a bit of an empty hole at that point, and that gave me the chance to fill that hole with something meaningful,
right? And
that's where I created this stuff,
actually,
and then built the website. So my website I built that, I just built the whole thing, and I just thought, right, I'm going to put something creative and whatever comes from it. And then when I looked at it, I was like, you know what, this is all about love and fulfillment, because even the name has got my parents' name in it.
Yeah. So it's almost like that thing of, rather than looking for the love and acceptance and whatnot from people outside, it's finding that for yourself. And that's what you've done, is you've filled that hole inside of you.
Yes.
With things that make you happy.
Yes, and it took me quite a while to get there, but it really has definitely been a journey in itself to where I've got to with this. And you know, as you said to me, people don't know I've spent 4.5 years on creating it. People look at you and me and think, oh, it's overnight success.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's hours upon hours of even crying, tears, tantrums, the lot.
Yeah.
Friendships lost.
One of the things, you've hit the nail on the head really, it's something that we've spoken about a little bit on a couple of the episodes of Politely Rebellious podcast, is about how people see us now and remember us from back then, but then they don't know anything about the hard graft that's gone into the 20-30 years in between. You know, it doesn't just happen overnight.
No.
You've had to work the job at Waitrose and do the PGCE and the fitness qual all at the same time, you know, all that pain where you're just using your brain so much that it becomes physically painful. Like, you know, it's just, but I think what I always say is that the people that are willing to go through that are the ones that ultimately become successful or find success. Yeah, we're not talking about being a millionaire or anything like that. That isn't what I mean by success. I mean, you know, that fulfillment and that happiness inside of feeling full.
Well, that's what I class as success.
Yeah.
No, money, you can have all the money in the world but still not be happy. Like when you found it, when you found the meaning, the purpose.
You don't dread waking up in the mornings.
No.
Or like Sundays. I remember when I used to work full-time for other people, and I used to hate Sundays because the next day was Monday. Whereas because I do stuff that I'm really passionate about now and I'm fulfilled in that way, I don't get that.
Yeah, and there you go. Because when you do work for yourself and when you've got a passion for it like you have, it's kind of, then you start loving life. Yeah. You start seeing life differently.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Don't you think? And you're just on this happy bubble, and you attract the happy people with you. Yeah. And the ones that are not, not on your vibe will go and tribe away. Yeah. Sometimes you just got to cut people out, and that's okay. Yes,
that's okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm going to hit you up now with some quick fire questions.
Yeah.
Don't have to be quick, but just, take us down different directions. So, if you had one meal left to choose from, would it be a chicken-based dish or a lamb-based dish?
Chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love lamb so much. Are you not a lamb fan?
No.
Oh, okay, chicken. And what would it be? if you had to choose something from the road from Karachi, a chicken-based dish, what would it be?
The jalfrezi.
Yeah.
Of which, to be fair, everyone seems to cook.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it quite easy to cook?
It's easy to cook.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, and I'm going to be doing some live cooking, by the way.
Are you?
At Stansted House.
Oh, wow.
So I'll probably be cooking a
what
jalfrezi.
venue? It's gorgeous up there.
No, right?
When's that?
15th September, I'm on stage.
Is it sold out already?
I don't know. Come along.
Let's have a look. Yeah,
Come
let's have a
along.
look. 100%. That sounds so cool. So you'll be on stage,
Yeah,
live audience,
yeah.
talking through. You should go live as well, like on social media, just to add a bit of extra
Yeah.
pressure.
Why not?
Yeah. Swimming or running?
Running.
Yeah. Do you run?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. How often?
At the minute, twice a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Have you ever done a marathon? or
I live
anything?
right. Yeah, I've done the Great South Run twice. Yeah, the first one I did no training for, and I remember Shazi going to me, "You nuts? You done no training?"
Oh.
And then at the end of it, I was like, "Oh my god, my IT band, like my band on my leg, like
Yeah.
like ripped." And I'm like, "Oh my god, what have I done?"
Oh.
She was laughing her head off. She's like, I told you."
Have you done it?
Yeah, I did it twice. Yeah.
And if you had to choose between teaching IT or teaching fitness, which one would you choose?
Oh, that's really hard.
Yeah, I thought that would be. Sorry.
This is really, really hard.
I mean, you can plead the fifth if you really want to, but
Fitness.
you teach fitness.
I think it's too much fun.
What classes do you teach? Do you aqua?
Aqua aerobics,
And-
spinning,
Yeah.
and I've got circuits. I can teach circuits.
Yeah.
I used to teach circuits. Fitball, gym ball.
Spinning. My husband used to love spinning. He doesn't really do it as much now, but it's so hard. I bet you find it really easy.
Amazing.
Love it. Just like the adrenaline rush.
Brilliant. I love
Oh.
it. Absolutely. Yeah. I think the teaching of IT is the marking is too much.
Yeah.
It's way too much, and you
It's
sit
funny
there.
that there's no systems as of yet where it's just all done electronically.
Oh, I love that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But
Marking
it's just
done.
all paper based.
It's all paper based.
And even if a student were to do it electronically,
Yeah.
you've still got to mark it.
Yeah.
Oh, where's the AI? We need to get the AI on
know.
this, surely.
I know. It's
Because surely if AI was doing it, there'd be less chance of plagiarism and all of that kind of stuff as well, right?
yeah, because it'd be checking what they've written, which they would have taken from Google anyway.
Yeah.
Of which unfortunately they use AI to do their work now.
So is there a company out there who is already creating a software for marking for teachers?
Maybe you should do it because you.
That's what I'm thinking. This is where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Not just me.
We should do it together.
We both had 3 jobs.
Yes.
If
One
we're doing
add
it, we're doing
another.
it together. Yeah. I might have to cut that bit out so as people don't steal our idea. Hair up or hair down?
Hair up.
Yeah. Oh god. Even this is doing my head in today. Just having it here. I need it in a bun.
No, I need it up. Yeah, I would like a bit half up and half down sometimes, but I prefer it up. Yeah.
Have you curled this or is that natural?
This is natural.
Wowza.
It's literally
That's
natural.
luck.
That's natural. Yeah, I tend to straighten my hair,
Yeah, you shouldn't know. But
I've
I've got
left
such a
it
lovely kick to it.
natural.
Yeah, you should. And last question, do you foresee another book on the horizon?
Yeah, potentially we might do one with called Fusion.
Okay.
So a fusion of me and Mum, and using the dishes that we have in Portsmouth. So using the traditional pie or the fish and chips, and then make it a Roman Karachi version.
Oh my god, that sounds so exciting.
Yeah, which I've done with the pubs. So
Yeah.
we've created a Balti chicken pie with them.
Wow.
We've got so many fun things going on with these pubs.
So many, it's insane. And I
Yeah.
love that everyone's getting behind you and getting behind the brand, and I think some of that does boil down to the fact that, you know, you're Pompey born and bred, you're one of us.
Literally,
You know, you're just
yeah,
like, why
yeah.
wouldn't people want to get behind, you know, someone who's one of their own, you know?
It's so sweet because I never realised the amount of people that are really supporting me. I'm just blown away by it, to be fair. And even my mum said to me, she went, look at all the people that are behind you, and all the pubs and all the cafes, and everyone's just with
Incredible. It's incredible. And I mean, that kind of takes me right back to where we started today, of your mum and dad rocking up, anxious as hell,
you. Yeah,
and there being a queue of 70 people,
yeah,
people that didn't even know them from Adam,
yeah,
to take part in their cookery classes, and it couldn't have come around like more full circle if you tried, right? It just couldn't have.
No.
They must be so freaking proud of you.
Yeah, they're beaming. Mum's beaming. Dad's really happy, and yeah, I'm just so like thankful to to everything that's going on, because I never, and as you said before, I wrote it for Mum. I wrote it for Mum. And that's it. At the end, in my eyes, I am a millionaire because her face is £1 million. She's at that face. I've got pictures of Mum's face beaming, and I'll just look at it, Kashia, and I'm like, I've won. Look at her face. I've done it.
So happy. What a connection to have. What memories to have made. It's amazing. I have absolutely no... I'm getting goosies again. Oh my God. This is weird. So I literally have like no doubt at all that it's going to continue going from strength to strength. Like you've just got that thing that people need.
Thank you.
You know, that people wish they had. And so it's no surprise whatsoever that people are supporting you the way that they are. So yeah, keep up the hard work, girl.
Oh, thank you.
So much for coming in today.
Oh, it's been a total pleasure. It's been lots of fun. It's been really good.
I appreciate it.